We standing.
All rise. This is the first time niggas stood on this podcast.
I
the
guess
mics
so.
don't go this far.
They kind of can, maybe.
The mics don't go this far. We going bar for bar. I'm with Christian, and that's a nigga Baltazar. Go ahead.
Yeah, driving. I'm driving. I got horns on my head like a Viking. I'm like Spike Lee. I'm making movies. I wanna feel up on your motherfucking coochie. On them boobies. You feeling groovy. I want you to bend down. I want a booty.
Hey, tightly, nicely. We gonna make a movie like it's Spike Lee.
Yeah.
Hey, Shawty trying to ice me, but she warming up to me. It's high key. It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
You and I have this connection. Mm-hmm. I owe a lot to you because you came here onto this podcast about a year ago, and we had the time of our lives.
Anniversary.
Yeah, this is the anniversary episode.
What'd you get me?
My friendship and love.
Whoa, what
Nothing
the hell?
tangible, but
What'd you mean, bro?
I'll cash app you after. Does that mean anything to you? I'll take you out to Korean barbecue.
Oh, I mean, that's nice.
Are you a fan of Korean barbecue?
It's cool. I think it's more of a gimmick than it is like really crazy. Or maybe I just haven't really had like crazy Korean barbecue. But it just be like, it'd be cool. It'd be like burnt meat sometimes.
That's on you, man. What you mean?
Nah, I be going with people and they be doing it and it's just like, I don't know. I feel like it's lackluster.
Then they burned the meat. It's
yeah,
up to
maybe.
It sounds like you don't like having control over the food.
When I got control of the food, I feel like it's fire. Like when I'm cooking in my own home, but I just feel like the Korean barbecue. I don't know.
Man,
I think it's the marinade also though.
Oh, I guess maybe you could request it without the marinade.
My experience of marinades. Shout out to Google Foods.
God, you love that guy.
I love him, bro. That's my uncle for real.
What's the saying he does again?
Let's do it.
That's so good. It's so good. I've seen it a few times now at this point. You do it so well.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
My understanding of marinades now is like that when the meat starts going bad, they marinated it so you don't really notice.
No.
Yes.
No.
Like if I don't know about for Korean barbecue. They might just do it for the flavor, but when you go to the supermarket and it's like already marinated, that means it was kind of old meat.
I could believe that.
For sure.
But at a Korean barbecue, you're just asking for a lawsuit type of thing. The thing, I mean, what I don't like about these all-you-can-eat sushi buffets and Korean barbecues is if you don't finish your food, they'll give you an upcharge. You know about that?
So yeah, I do.
So they start scaring you into like stuff in your face.
It's like, bro, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm full.
I'm sorry that I ordered too much.
You're like making me look fucking desperate and like annoying. I gotta put like paper towels over this shit so that you don't know.
I have my old college roommates said they went to a all-you-can-eat sushi and they couldn't finish it, so they started putting it into the pockets of their cargo shorts.
Oh, I'm so sorry for that.
So much sushi in their cargo shorts, man. Like Napoleon Dynamite and his tots.
I hope they didn't forget.
I don't think you could. How could you forget about that?
I don't know. Maybe they were drinking.
That's a high possibility.
Take off the shorts, go to sleep, wake up. The room smells crazy.
Well, it smells like a fucking seafood city up in this bitch.
But yeah, sentimental anniversary.
Yeah, dude. I've known you for about a year and a half now.
Something like that, yeah.
What's changed? How do you think Kujo's changed since?
Sheesh. I definitely feel like older. I feel like wiser in this last year. I feel like that was probably like one of the most developmental portions for me. We've thrown like we're about to throw 8 events now.
Wow.
Like by the end of this month. Since then, we're about to the Your Homie shit has developed so far. I put out an album. I remember last time I was talking to you, I was like, I'm going to send you the album. Now I got an album out. Yeah, I've learned a lot of lessons.
And I was telling you this downstairs, but I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud to see the growth, and the growth has been exponential. It's crazy to have known you and to have like conversed with you last year when you only had like a handful of songs out. Now you have like a whole album out, and on top of that you released some singles, and you've performed so much since.
So much. I actually love performing now. Probably when I talked to you, I didn't like performing.
It wasn't your favorite thing to do.
No.
What is it? What's changed now that you like performing?
Well, I think partially I figured out that I was good at it. I started seeing the difference when I was like, oh, like I can just control this energy well. And I think that's just like part of being like a personable person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Being able to connect with people.
Because you can't just go up there. Like we were saying, you can't just go up there and be like, here's my song, and then sing, and then dip.
Boo.
What people, exactly. Unless you're that good, you know? If Beyonce were to do that, I wouldn't be like mad. I'd be like, she's still saying her ass off.
It's like that went crazy. And she was hitting all these moves and shit like that. But it's just, it's just controlling the energy. But, I mean, we're talking about me. You in the last year have been insane.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Like I'm trying. Like I'm trying to stay grateful, you know? As every creator kind of runs into the issue of like, but the numbers and the downloads as
Fuck
opposed
that
to
shit.
Right? I mean, but it's hard as ourselves to not, you know, be editing at 3 a.m. and it's difficult to take a step back and look at the bigger picture.
Your currency is so much further than all of that shit right now.
Thank you.
Like, I love. I think you told me something like a few weeks ago. You were just like, it's at a place now where you're like, the homies can come on whenever they want.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's such a different thing from where it was before. It was just like, this is the first of this, but now it's just such like a commodity. You know what I mean? And that's because of you. It's because of like how you can get people to open up. I remember watching you were on a different podcast and they were like, why does it seem like you're actually just friends with all these people? It's like, it's you know what I mean? And I knew that about you before I came on this podcast, and like from the time I met you, and sometimes I just saw you on a clip, I was like, I would watch stuff from this guy, you know what I mean? And it's like, I have a lot of artist friends. I don't listen to all my artist friends' songs, you know what I mean? But I would like, I watch your stuff, and I really fuck with like you were someone who was like, if I didn't know you, I would actually still consume your content.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Man, that means the absolute world. It's hard. We were just talking downstairs. Once again, like it's difficult to receive praise.
You stopped making eye contact with me.
I know, it's so bad. And I'm so good at making eye contact when I'm conversing. But once you compliment me, it's like the self-doubt. But
nice
like,
jacket.
I need to. No, it fits weird and it's frumpy, and I don't like how
I
it
used to be fat.
Dude, I gotta stop. I gotta take a shot for every single time I say I grew up fat. Like, okay, we get it, Christian. Everyone at home, if you see us like dap each other up, you got to take a shot at home, but don't drive. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's what I like about doing this is that, yeah, it's obvious that I have talented folks on this podcast, but what I'm interested in is like the human side, dude. Sure. Like, why doesn't Kujo like Korean barbecue that much? You know, why does he think it's a gimmick?
Okay. I think it's cool. I think it's overrated. I think it's overrated.
I guess so. It could be. Well, what's your favorite like type of restaurant to go to? What's like a night out on the town with Kujo like?
That's a good question.
I feel like hanging with you is like a real life music video.
Yeah, no, it's chaotic.
Oh man, like I'm not gonna be back until 4 a.m. if I'm hanging with you.
For sure.
Okay,
for sure. I'm not a huge restaurant person. Now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like my favorite thing to go out to eat though is like Thai food.
Ooh, what do you get?
I'm a big pad see ew guy with the shrimp.
There's something about flat noodles.
Ooh,
that blow, especially when they're like kind of stacked together.
Yeah,
it's like biting into like a mini book.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's I think my favorite thing, dude. I don't know. America's weird because we consume so much like buffets, just so much buffets. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like we were saying downstairs, because it's fucking America, bro. We were saying downstairs that your metabolism is through the roof. I want to switch bodies with you sometimes. Because sometimes I'll just think of Jack in the Box and then I'll gain calories from that. Yeah. Just thinking of the idea of a munchie meal.
I think it's also because I'd be smoking weed.
Wouldn't that? I don't think, does weed increase your metabolism?
I read something that it was like it makes your metabolism stay the same.
No.
Yeah, that's like why stoners always be like looking like this. They don't like lose or gain weight. They always be looking the same.
So it depends on when you start smoking.
Probably.
So like Biggie.
So get really, really fit
before I start smoking weed again. Because like you take Biggie Smalls. Mm-hmm. Was it too late?
I imagine Biggie was probably that general shape his whole life.
Oh yeah, he grew up fat.
Yeah.
Okay, who else? No,
you and Biggie, one and the same, you know?
I am You're Biggie Smalls.
You're Biggie Smalls.
I'm Biggie reincarnated, bitch. Man, what an interesting... Well, because here's the thing. You would think that if you were to smoke weed, you get the munchies. When you get the munchies, you eat whatever the fuck you want. Mm-hmm. When that happens, you gain weight.
Nah, man.
How many calories do you think you consume on a daily basis?
I don't know, man. Don't ask me them questions right now.
List every single food item you think you eat on a daily basis.
Christian got me drunk before we started this podcast, bro. He had me drinking some shit downstairs. It was called mom water.
Mom water.
He said it was on a discount. Why the fuck would he get mom water? Does that sound delicious?
It was funny. Okay. It was so funny. Each can, I mean, yeah, there's a flavor pertaining to each can, but each can had a name, a mom name.
Yeah.
There was a Julie. Mm-hmm. There was a Sandy.
That was my mom's name. How did he know?
I didn't know. I was thinking that you should gift the can to your mom. But now that we know that it tastes bad.
It's fucking ass.
Mm-hmm. What the problem was is that they named one of the cans Karen.
Yeah.
Does that can complain at a Macy's?
Likely so.
Does that can return food half-eaten saying that it was dry?
That can hates when skateboarders have fun.
Dude, that can does no research before voting.
But has a strong stance on whatever they last heard on the internet.
Yeah, that exactly. That can has a fade and too much on the top.
Man, fuck that can.
Do you fuck that can? I feel bad. Do you feel bad for people named Karen that aren't Karens?
It's unlucky.
Yeah,
it's unlucky.
It's
unlucky.
It's just by chance.
There's
right?
probably no other name that has that much of a stigma to it.
Cindy,
but it's also like, nah, Cindy's kind of cool. But you know what I think of Cindy? I think of Jimmy Neutron. She was cool.
Oh yeah, she was cool. Yeah,
kind of smart.
I mean, he had a crush on Cindy, right? Was Cindy the one that he was digging?
Yeah, the blonde girl. They kind of had like a will they, won't they situation,
which is so good. Do you realize that in any sitcom, the most times there is high viewership is when there is a will they, won't they type of situation? Mm-hmm. Ross and Rachel.
That's a great life trope too.
Will they, won't they?
It's thrill. It's like
there is something interesting about the dating phase. Like before you, I mean, I've been in the whole thing for like 10 years now. So the will they, won't they, it's more like, will they go out to a restaurant today or will they stay in and watch Netflix, you know? But yeah, there is something about like that crush phase that is irreplaceable, right?
Yeah.
Like
I'm a person who like, I get off on the suspense of like the chase. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How do you feel
about the chase?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing as like edging, dude.
Maybe I'm into edging.
That's right. Don't ever make Cujo bust. It is, yeah, and I think that's where I think it's reminiscent of our childhoods, of the of like having that crush and of like chasing, you know.
It's childlike wonder.
But also it's fucked up in the sense that why are we pursuing a life where we want the high highs and the low lows? And how come it takes us up until we are in our mid-30s to pursue a white picket fence lifestyle where everything is stable, you know?
I think it's all relative and it's all subjective to just like the kind of life you want to live. I'm a chaotic ass nigga. As we said, a night out with me, we might be out till 4 a.m. It might be crazy. I just feel like, I don't know. Everybody's different, but yeah. I think I like the high highs and the low lows. I think the low lows teach you a lot. to pursue the highs. You know what I mean?
You can't have one without the other.
For sure.
I feel like I've learned so much about myself when I was heartbroken that if I...
For sure.
Dude, if I got into a very stable relationship right off the bat and stuck with it, I wouldn't know anything about
anything.
Me. Yeah.
Anything.
It's I wish that I like had a little bit more chaos in my life. I feel like sometimes...
For real? You feel like you just had a tame normal life?
Dude, I feel like I'm a weird guy.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm still so normal. Like my life is pretty routine at this point, which is a blessing. But also, do I sometimes...
This isn't normal.
Oh, the podcast?
This is really cool.
This is super cool. This is like the exciting part.
Everybody wants to do this low key, but they just like... This be so pretentious if I just really started a podcast right now. But you have like a really cool and successful podcast.
Thank you. It does still feel pretentious that I...
Really?
I mean, let's break it down. I have microphones and cameras to like record myself talking to people because I think I'm that interesting. Like it's kind of...
You are though.
I want to... Thank you.
You are though. I would say that about you if you were just asked and I was like, man, why the fuck does this guy keep doing a podcast?
You know what I like about you, even though you are a chaotic ass person, is that you have both. Like I could have a grounded, serious conversation with you. But also, you are the wild card. You are the +4 draw 4 cards in Uno.
Change colored.
Yeah, you're that guy.
Yeah.
But where do you think that comes from? Why are you so chaotic?
Shit, I don't know. I really don't.
You're so mysterious, Kujo.
I think I don't know. I think growing up, I feel like I was exposed to like a lot of different types of people. Like my sister was like my sister, who's the oldest, he was very creative, very into arts and stuff like that. My brother was kind of like Malachi, who was on this podcast, and he was like under. He was kind of like a bit more stern, a bit more harsh, and he was like he's a boxer now. You know what I mean? And then my brother under him, Isaac, he was like, he's just a silly guy. He likes to joke a lot. My mother's like so emotionally intelligent. She's so intelligent and just like taught me just like compassion and stuff. I just feel like I was exposed to everything. And also I grew up on the internet, so I was exposed to everything even more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What were your internet days like? What were you into Neopets? Were you into were you around when MySpace was happening? Or did you miss that boat?
I never was on MySpace, but my brother was popping about his MySpace.
Malachi?
Yeah, bro. He thought he was the shit. I never got to see what his MySpace looked like. He could have been, but
what does it even mean to be the shit on MySpace? Your entire top 8 is just females.
People are probably fighting for that top 8 for sure. I'm not gonna lie. We got to bring top 8 back.
Let's start ranking our friends again.
For sure.
Yeah, stop saying everyone's your best friend.
You know what I mean?
Let's stop saying everyone's the GOAT.
You get 8 in a pecking order.
Oh, dude. And you have to make it known to the world.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's Facebook like, is too nice.
Hey, man, you're messing up. Just want to let you know. He went down to 4 to 5.
Holy shit.
It's bad luck.
But then would you be able to receive the criticism of seeing someone that you're close with and you seeing going down their ranks?
I'd be like, man, I don't want to say anything, man, but I don't know if that nigga deserves to be 5 right now. I've been there. I've been in that 5 spot, and I don't know if that nigga can deliver everything that it entails to be 5.
Oh, you'd get competitive with it.
I think you're making a mistake right now, but you know it's your life. It's your top 8. I don't want to judge too harshly.
That shows me good communication skills.
You know what I mean?
I feel like debates. You know how there's presidential debates? There should be debates.
They don't be talking
about
about shit, bro.
No.
It's like not real.
Let's talk about the important things. Like, where am I in my best friend's rankings?
I just hate the idea of like debating to debate.
Oh, some people just want to
win the debate, but it's like, are we talking about the truth? Are we just talking about like some real human shit? It's just like, hey man, you know you're being a bitch ass nigga right now.
Oh, you should run for president.
See it. And you know what's crazy? I think why Trump won is because he kind of does stuff like that.
Oh, it's I was just listening to a podcast that was talking about this. If you just he just says, "No, you're wrong." No, you're wrong. And when they're saying statistics at them, they're just like, no, what, you eat dogs and cats.
And you know, from a baseline, like, take out who the person is and what they've done or what they say. It's just like, I can understand that better than I can understand policies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, these politicians that have suit and ties and have been doing this shit for like 50 years. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like performing. We got to connect with the people at the end of the day.
How do you feel about politicians? Like, every time I think of a politician, I just think of like, how dishonest are you being with me right now?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, it doesn't really matter about the policies at the end of the day if I just feel like I trust this person better. And I think that's how that nigga won.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I agree with you. I've seen House of Cards. Are you familiar with that show? Mm-mm. It's that Kevin Spacey show, which already is a bad start.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
But he's basically this president, this corrupt president, mm-hmm. like that is willing to do anything for power in that show.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh. Well, he starts off as like a congressman or like in the Senate.
I thought that was like about like medical field or something.
House of Cards?
Yeah, I guess now that I think about it, it makes more sense.
Yeah, you should definitely. You're probably thinking of like Grey's Anatomy or something like that.
Maybe. I don't know anything about Grey's Anatomy. I just would take little details when I was trying to get at a girl. Every girl knows Grey's Anatomy things.
So what were some of the details that you would take?
I don't
from Grey's
remember.
Anatomy?
It was all fake. I just would remember a thing for a week, and I'd be like, "Man, isn't that crazy what Audrey did?"
That's like
something like that.
How some people watch true crime or documentaries, waiting for the moment that they're at a party, mm-hmm. and they're just seeking the opportunity to be like, "Oh, are we talking about Jeffrey Dahmer? I know so much about Jeffrey Dahmer."
Jeffrey Dahmer.
That's what you would say?
Oh my God, it's bad what he did.
Oh man, just like eating people.
Oh so my crazy. God, that's so messed up. You want to go like make out? Why do girls like true crime so much?
I think it takes them away from the actual dark shit that they're dealing with on a daily basis. Oh, maybe it's because like
that's terrible.
the guys or girls that they're dealing with that are shitty, it makes them seem less shitty because they're not killing them.
Man, that is such a dark, like low bar level of interpretation of that. Wow.
That's what I'm thinking. I think that's why we watch horror movies because like
he ghosts me, but he doesn't kill and eat me and stuff me in a barrel.
Exactly. Right?
Wow. That makes a lot of sense. I think you just figured it out.
I don't know if I figured it out for the world, but I think there's something subconscious as to why.
I have to pee, Christian.
Great transition. I spent so long holding that pee.
I spent so long looking for a break in conversation, but we just kind of go nonstop, and I was just like, fuck it. I just got to find my chance, man.
I think that's what happened in the first episode.
Yeah, it did.
I don't know if I'm good at holding in my pee or if I'm bad at knowing that I have to pee. Does that make sense?
No. Say it again.
I don't know if it's a talent that I could hold my pee, mm-hmm. or if there's something wrong in my nervous system.
Oh,
or
you
the
just didn't know until like way later?
Yeah, I'm like, ooh.
When you have to pee, do you have to pee hella bad?
Yeah.
Okay, well then yeah.
I'm probably dying, dude. Are you good at taking care of yourself?
No, hell no. But no, I don't feel like I take care of my body well. If I ever do, it's like by luck.
When's the last time you went to the doctor? Oh, dang, dude. That's crazy. To just look at me. Going to the doctor is scary.
Wait, hold up. I just want to have like a big like commendment moment for Christian. He finally fixed the drain, the leak in the bathroom. It's been a year. I don't know when it happened, but I just want to say I'm really proud of you, man.
Thank you,
Good
man.
Job. Sink probably still needs some work. The little faucet.
It's like moving around. Like you could run away with the sink is wobbly right now. You could probably rip it off.
I'm gonna take it.
It should just be my gift for you coming through. Thank you for your hard work. Just take this.
Leave me with this problem.
Owning a house is so hard because I can't hit up a landlord to be like, hey, fix this. I am the landlord.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but so much pressure, man. It's I hate saying the word mortgage. Like it's
say it again.
Mortgage.
Man, you don't even say it right. It feels like
Well, there's that T in the middle of the word. Mortgage. Mortgage. Yeah, and no one wants to say the fucking word.
Yeah, man.
The English language is weird.
Yeah, I guess, like, since you don't have a landlord, like, owning a house gives you more to gauge.
Hey, do you write music, dude?
You
fucking write music?
I'm like, hey, Christian, when's the last time you cried?
Oh, Saturday.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
No, it was a beautiful thing.
Oh, really? Good cry.
I have good cries a lot. And I have bad cries a lot.
Yeah.
But I think that's just the complexities of the human brain. I cried, if we're going to get into it, I cried because I was spending time with my family. And it was when you get caught up in adulting or or like myself specifically, when I get caught up in editing or I get caught up on maybe the negatives of life and I'm down on myself. Sometimes going back to something so simple like sitting on the couch with my dad singing karaoke songs with
Filipino.
him. It's so Filipino. There was, I don't know, something so nostalgic. Just the simplicities of life. And it made him so happy and made me so happy. And it was just like, oh, slowing down did so much.
Slowing down, because you're not aware that you can most of the time. You just like, I feel like being an adult is just like so much pressure. You're just like, fuck, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. All these things are here. It's like, what do you have to do? Breathe, eat,
right?
Get some rest. You know what I mean,
dude?
Chill.
We have the fact that you can breathe, the fact that you can eat, the fact that you have a bed that you can rest on. These are the simplicities in life. The necessities that we have the privilege of having, you know?
Everything else is just concepts we made on top of that to like distract you for real.
Yeah, man. What are some of the concepts that distract you feel?
I feel like I'm actually pretty good about like, I don't get too distracted about like other people's like perception. I think that's what allows me to be who I am. I think that's what allows me to be so like chaotic. I think a lot of people are afraid of like what other people think a lot. You know what I mean? Damn, what be distracting me? I think a lot of concepts that I put onto myself though, like I don't want to say perfectionism, but more like self-betterment. And I'm like, is this better than the last thing I did? Is this better? You know what I mean? Am I getting better?
Yeah. And that's good because that's on you. That's not necessarily on everyone else's perception.
It is, but I was just talking about this with LaRussell recently. It's like, I think that's also a thing to get caught up on. Like we always be talking about like how bad perfectionism is, but it's like self-betterment is the same thing. It's just called a different thing. It's like self-betterment only happens from like trying shit, you know what I mean? And it's like say you have a hit song or you have a hit episode on a podcast, you know what I mean? It's like, how do I do better than that? Numbers, how does it just feel better? You know what I mean? You're already fucking it up.
Exactly.
Because it's like the first time you just struck gold, you know what I mean? It's like, and you just gotta keep on working at it till you do it again. I think that's why I get caught up a lot. Yeah, self-betterment and just like betterment with the things I do. I'd be really scared to miss. Like with our with the events we've been throwing, the Your Homies events, it's like we really haven't had one where it was just like, man, this was a bad one. This was a failure. You know, people didn't really show up. They've all been good. So it's like that puts a lot of pressure, and it's like every time we throw an event, like at the start, I'm like, oh fuck, is it gonna do well? You know what I mean? And it's just like the last 2 weeks, I'm like, what was I tripping for? You know what I mean? And it always goes well. But even if it didn't, even if it had like 10 people, which are like probably 10 people that I know and I love, it's like I would have had a good time anyways.
Regardless.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all subjective as to what good to us is. And I think it's easy to get caught up in beating ourselves up if it's only 10 people that show up to an event. Right. And sometimes maybe we need those moments where there is a miss.
Yes.
Right?
The low lows.
And the high highs, right? Otherwise, we would just... Because... Yeah, those moments have to occur for us to find out about ourselves, you know? Like, I don't know. Self-betterment is a good place to start. When's the last time you cried, by the way?
I don't remember the exact last time I cried. I have some like assumptions on like usually when I cry, because I don't cry often. I wish I could cry more, honestly.
Feels good.
You know what I mean? It feels like a release.
Good.
I love, like, I say this like when I'm sick or like if I'm popping a pimple or anything, I love expelling like toxins from my body.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But I usually when I cry, it's about family. Like my dad passed away in like 2021, maybe 2022. It's hard to remember now. Yeah. But yeah, it's usually just thinking about that or just thinking about my concept of family. Like I was telling you downstairs, I was like, I don't have like I'm not super close with my family and stuff like that. And sometimes I think about like how they think of me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say something about like that. But you know, I just be pushing shit way back. So like when I do cry, it's like usually like a pretty decent one. It's just like just spills out of me. Wow. You know, like,
and
I always feel better
great
after. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, dude, crying's like
top
sex.
10 cry.
Crying is like
way better. I'm not gonna lie. Way better.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I got this like I've had this conversation before, but like crying's like masturbation or sex. You know, you get clarity afterwards. You could go about your day.
You cry a little bit more than me, I think.
Yeah.
So I feel like
well, I guess it depends on the person. Depends on the person.
I think crying for me, I feel like is like the most like euphoric thing, like the most euphoric sex.
Yeah.
I feel like, but you know what's also weird? I don't know if this is just me. Do you ever like throw up and you feel really good afterwards?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if I'm drinking, well, it's been a minute from.
I've never been that drunk where I was blacking out or I'm throwing up or stuff like that. But like if I've been like hella sick and I just feel weird in my body and I throw up, I'm like, oh wow.
It's expelling toxins, like you said. And it's such a weird thing that with crying, how come humans, why is it a thing that like when we feel such a heightened emotion, the physical reaction is why is water coming out of my eyes? What does that have to do with my survivability? Like where does that, because it makes sense.
It's necessary. I don't know exactly what it is physically, but it's just like something has to go. I need a release. It's like and I was telling you about like breathing techniques downstairs. It's just like what do you do when you're overwhelmed? You start hyperventilating, right?
Yeah.
You intake way too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, and I think the breathing technique I was talking about is called 4-7-8. It's like you inhale for 4, you hold for 7, you exhale for 8. Wow. You take in a little bit, you process it for a long time, and you let go way more because you're probably holding on to way more. You know what I mean? And it's like that's the most important part, like that release. It's like, yeah, man. I don't even know how to say it, but it's just like that little bit you intake or when you're overwhelmed, you hyperventilate, you take in too much. It's like that's not what you need right now. You're stressed. You're taking in too much. You know what I mean? You don't need more. You need to process. You need to let go. You need to spend a lot of time letting go. You know what I mean? And I think that's the most important part of the process. I think that's what crying is. I think throwing up, even stuff like that, is just like you gotta let go.
Yeah.
And your body sometimes is just like, hey man, I don't know what you're doing, but I gotta let this go. So I'm gonna work on this, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. And that's probably why you feel so good after you cry and stuff like that.
Wow, no, that's a good way to put it. And I think with your breathing technique, maybe another reason as to why that feels good is because you have control over it. It's like when people get anxious.
How important is control to you?
Self-control is important. Control over others is not important to me. However, it is important depending on the situation, such as performance.
Right.
In performance, you have to, if it's your room, if it's your crowd, you need a level of control. But then control has like different levels of, far end is abusive control. And then I think the control that we like is performative control.
Do you feel like a leader?
No, beta.
Really?
I'm a beta for show. Beta boy for show.
What made you say that? Where'd you go? Where'd you go just now?
Oh, fuck, dude. A hypothetical land of like me and 7 other people on an island.
Wow, I believe you.
Nah, dude, I'm the guy.
You
like
got 8 first?
Yeah, I'm thinking like 8 people, bro. Someone's a hunter gatherer.
Okay.
Someone else is gonna cook the meat that comes back. I'd probably gather berries, or I would tell stories to the children. You know,
That's important though.
yeah, but I'm not an alpha. You know, dude, that person's not leading us to survive.
Really?
Yeah, I'll entertain you for days. Also, there's something in my ego.
That's her. Wait, go ahead.
There's something in my ego that, like, in a partnership, let's say in my relationship, where like I ain't tripping if Melissa makes more money than me. I ain't tripping if I have to little spoon her. I ain't tripping if I have to.
Little Spoon's that shit. What the fuck are we talking
Dude,
about?
Little Spoon is so good.
I just saw where you went when you get Little Spoon. I just saw it in your whole demeanor. You're just like.
Dude, she's a small little Asian girl, so to be a little spoon to a small Asian girl, she has to.
Little backpack.
Oh man, she's my like holds on to me like a sloth.
I like. Ooh, that's so interesting that you said that because I call it like the koala.
Yeah.
Like I like to like lay down on my back and just like have like. It's like a front backpack. It's just like it's nice.
It is, yeah, dude. Yeah. It's like you know, people are wearing hella sling bags right now. I'd rather just hold my human, you know.
For sure, generating warmth and all that.
Yeah. What were we gonna say before we went into?
We were talking about leadership. You feel beta.
Yeah. Little brother syndrome, probably.
Oh, I don't believe it. I would trust you on that island.
Really?
Yes.
Thank you.
Because I think it's so much of it's a big job to be the leader. And I think all you really need to do is aspire confidence.
Yeah.
You don't have to be the best at gathering. You don't have to be the best at hunting. You don't have to be, you know what I mean, making plans. But you just have to be the one who just keeps everybody sane. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's tough. Come on.
For real. That's for real.
So you think, I mean, do you think you could do that? You think you could?
Yeah, I think I'm sometimes like reluctant to be that role, but I think I'm supposed to be in that role. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I think that's good. That's a good balance. Is like maybe a level of reluctance.
Why is that?
Ego.
Mm.
If someone's too confident in a leadership role, then that bleeds into cockiness, and a cocky, overconfident
Sometimes
leader is like a dictatorship. Over. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good job. Like, I always want the person who's like leading the charge to be confident. I think it can spill over sometimes, where it's like I'm confident, and just like overconfidence, cockiness. And it's just like but I'm also just leading us in the wrong direction. But yeah, I think that confidence is a really important part. I think that's something I have access to, and I think that's why it's important for me to be there, especially in situations where it's like. We don't have someone to do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's everything comes with balance. And I think that have I been in positions where I've been pushed to a corner where I'm the person in the group that has to lead? Yeah, absolutely. Am I necessarily like confident about it? No. But if I'm in that position, what I do know is that I have to fake it until I make it.
That's half of the job. That's 70% of the job. I think yeah. I think that's really important. I think it's almost like a responsibility.
Yeah.
I think that I agree with you actually. I think that makes like the best leader is just like it's like this is my duty to these people. Yeah. This is my duty to this situation.
But I hate every second of it.
That's okay.
I hate every second. They're at work. I'm like third in line in my seniority. And when like two people above me are out sick, and I have to step up and I have to I hate it.
Oh.
I hate it.
I get it. It's better when you get to. It's worse when you have to.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah. Oh, and I guess that's perspective with everything.
Yeah.
Like when I had Tieta on. And
bro, I love Tieta, bro. She always puts you on like such a good path forward.
She is this perfect concoction of motivation.
Hell yeah.
And like putting you on that right path, spiritually, but she also has this nice other side of the spectrum that is so soft and like nurturing. And at the end, I'm just a puddle.
Yeah.
I'm just a motivated puddle.
It's like compassionate bullying.
Yes. Yes.
I love you, Tieta.
She is, I mean, like, I know a lot of good humans, and she is definitely up there. She's, if I had a MySpace top 8,
Sheesh.
I don't got to be on hers, but I'll throw her up there for sure.
Nah, yeah. I've seen from you guys' podcast, there's been a good amount of clips, and I'm like, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of that's just her. She just is dropping gems left and right.
For sure. Drop a gem right now.
Me right now. You know, when the
a lot of pressure.
Fucking when the ceilings are low, that just means you're taller.
Ooh.
Don't know what that means.
Damn, no, that means a lot.
Break it down, please. I made it up on the spot.
No, I mean, when these levels hit where I felt like high highs to you, they feel like they start feeling lower. It still start feeling like less of a goal to strive for. That's like, that just means that you've grown that much, and like there's another level incoming.
Wow,
that's beautiful. You about to break through.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. Okay, I didn't realize.
You didn't even know that.
No, dude. I just tried to say.
Where'd you get that from?
I just made it up on the spot.
What the fuck?
Thanks, man.
Take a shot.
Take a shot. Anyway, I brought that up because, yeah, when I had her on, we were talking about like social media, and I said like, it kind of sucks, but you have to play that game. And
For
then
sure.
LaRussell was off to the side. He says, you don't have to.
Oh, he was here
get
for
to
that
play
one.
the game. Yeah, he was off to the side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, how do you talk to yourself? When you say you have to do something and you know it's an opportunity that you get to do that thing, when you say that, that changes everything. There are days where I don't want to record, and if I tell myself, I have to record with this guest today. Nah, dude, not everyone has the opportunity to be able to have this platform, so I get to record today.
And that's why I said I get that from them. Yeah, in full transparency. And that was like what I was telling you. I was like, when Red Lotus came over to my house, he was like, "Hey man, what are we doing today?" And I was just like, I don't feel like it. We ended up linking, and we made an incredible song. We both love it.
Yeah. Look at that.
But to take it back to LaRussell and Tieta, hey man, you cracked me up on LaRussell's episode.
Dude,
why did you in your improv scene play?
I don't know why it was like a casting couch improv scene.
It was all about porn.
Dude, it's wild to have like someone absolutely killing it in the Bay Area.
Changing culture all over the world.
And then at the end of an episode, but that is something that I have in my pocket forever. I can guarantee that LaRussell will never do another podcast where he will be asked to do an improv scene.
Hell yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident that he has not been on another podcast where they referenced Semen Demon and talked about Peck Peck. You know? And I pride myself on that. There was another part. Well, that
Peck, I sent you the clip.
Episode on It Can't Be That Bad podcast with Christian. Yeah. That's my friend. And he brought up the lyric, Peck. He already know where I'm going. Come on, I know where you going.
Well, that was inspired from my podcast, right?
Nigga.
That's it. I love that guy. He's on. He's been on this podcast.
No, I'm playing. That's your boy.
That's my boy, dude.
The accent is fake.
Are you upset about that?
No.
He can't live his life. Yeah, people get disappointed when they say like, "That's not your real accent."
How does that make you feel like when in like comedy though? Like when say like an Asian comic or like a Mexican comic will like do like an impression of their mother, and they'll just like kind of like do like an accent, like a kind of over stereotyped accent. How does it make you feel?
Don't let it be your everything.
That's a good point. It can be something.
Joe Coy is a phenomenal comedian in my eyes, because if you listen to any of his stand-up, he doesn't focus fully on being Filipino and having a Filipino mother. He can be funny. He has a lot of jokes just regarding being a father. A lot of jokes just making fun of his own sleep apnea. You know, he can be funny without it having to be that. There are some comedians where their stand-up and identity is fully based on their cultural stereotype.
Yeah.
And that's great when you're starting out, but to fully, Dave Chappelle's Not all his shit is about being black, you know? It's not all of it. It's life,
about
it's
being
perspective. Yeah.
It's about being him. All the things that he's learned. Dave Chappelle is my GOAT, bruh.
Storytelling, man.
Dave Chappelle, I know you're watching this episode.
He's an avid listener.
He's avid. It can't be that bad. Listen.
He's a baddie for sure.
He's got a shirt.
Yeah.
He's at home right now on his laptop.
Oh, it's me? Yeah, he had to turn down like a big arena gig to just listen to my episode.
Watch the episode, you know? He could have done that at any time, but he had to right now.
Yeah, I tried booking him for today, but I was just like, I can't. HeyKujo's coming on.
Second best HeyKujo.
Yeah, man. You think you do it? Comedy?
Yeah.
To like what extent? Like if really right now, like you're hitting the ground running with music, comedy presents itself, like would that
Music's
distract?
Not my main thing.
What is it? What is your main thing?
I think I'm a creative at heart. I think my end goal at the end of all this, I'm gonna make a comic I'm gonna make a comic, I'm gonna make a cartoon out of it.
Wow.
And I'm gonna feel fulfilled and I could just do whatever I want. The music is a soundtrack to the story. You know what I mean? I'm just a storyteller.
Yeah.
In heart. And that's just like that extends to comedy, that extends to media, the like shows and movies and music and all that. Music's the quickest accessible way. So it's just like where I am right now. You know, it allows me to get in front of people and to tell my story. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't really feel like anything distracts from that. Like I've always felt like a multifaceted person, so I always try to be in that space.
Mm-hmm. And that's where kind of the chaos that comes with you helps, right?
Yes. Maybe that was the right answer to that. It's just like, I just want to do everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, it really helps me to be like, I live a chaotic lifestyle. But I want to ask you that. Like, what's your end goal? What's your main thing? Like, do you see this?
I don't know, man. It really stresses me out that even though, because I love I'm a creative at heart. I love doing so many things. I love this podcast.
This nigga sings so good, bro.
Thank you.
Pisses
man.
me off.
Thank
bro. I'm
you.
like, the music is my thing, bro.
But I ain't doing, and that's why I was leading up to that. That's why I get stressed out, is because I love doing this. I love doing this for other people and putting them on this platform and like blowing them up. But you know, I'd be lying if I didn't say that I would go to an event and wish that it was me up there.
Wow.
You know, there's
W transparency.
Take a shot.
That was beautiful. Take a shot right now.
Yeah, man. There's like I've performed a bunch in my lifetime, and that feeling is the most euphoric feeling in the world.
When you say event, what do you mean? What does performance resemble to you? Is music your favorite way to perform?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Favorite?
My absolute, yeah. I've gone up in front of people and I've made them laugh. I've hosted events. I've done improv. I've done stand-up comedy, and that all feels good. But nothing feels better than to sing my favorite song in front of people and to just feel it without me saying a sentence or like looking someone in the eye because my eyes are maybe closed when I'm singing. There's a feeling of unity. There's a feeling of like, this is where I'm meant to be.
You trying to do an event early next year?
I don't write music though, man.
So?
Yeah. I mean, I would love to.
Please.
I would love to sing. And like if presented the opportunity, I'll take it. I'll take up the offer. Yeah. I appreciate you, man.
Take a shot, bitch ass nigga.
Yeah, everyone's just blacked out. They're not even listening. They're not even listening to this sentimental conversation because they just like.
I really hope nobody actually takes a shot when we say take a shot.
I hope they're taking a shot.
We dap up so much.
It's not like I'm telling them to shoot up or anything. Damn.
Shoot up every time.
Well, I'm out of veins. I'm out of injection sites, Christian. Okay, so like what do you remember like when you felt the best doing anything creative? Like a specific moment?
Sheesh.
I'll tell you mine after you tell me yours.
No, you tell me yours first.
No, you tell me. I've
you did ask the question first.
Yes, sir.
The best I felt. That's hard. There's a lot of candidates. Maybe this one was the early one that I thought of though. So I remember one time I was in San Diego. I'm just gonna tell you this now for anybody who does music, especially like if it's not like one of like the bigger genres like rap or R&B and just, you know what I mean, like pop and stuff like that. Like if you do more alt shit, any city that starts with San loves your music.
San Jose.
San Jose, Santa Cruz, San Diego. I remember when I was in San Diego, I did this song that I really love, is really dear to me, called Pray For Me out there. And I felt like it was one of my best performances of it. We don't have any footage from it because the fucking audio shit fucked up. But
damn,
they were just so in it. And I was just like, it's just like, there's a feeling, and I think every artist or every performer like understands this, when like it's like a runner's high, it's like a performer's high, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That you get into when you just really like hit that mode, and everybody was just feeling it, and the performance ended, and everybody was just like, Kujo. It was not even a Kujo show. I was just like, wow. I all I could say at the end, I was just like, thank y'all so much. And I walked off, and I was just like, I was on cloud 9 for the rest of the night. You know what I mean?
How can you not be?
You know what I mean? And it was like early into my performance journey, so I was like, if that night hadn't happened, I don't know where I'd be now. I think that was really detrimental to my growth for sure.
Wow.
Detrimental, is that a bad?
It's a bad thing.
Oh fuck. What's another word that's like
significant?
Significant. There's a better word for it, but I'm gonna use significant for now.
No, I get what you're saying. That's
essential. That's the word.
There we go.
Come on. You're drunk.
Shoot up. Like take a shot. Shoot up. No, it's
sorry.
crazy.
I'm gonna cut in real quick, bro. I really love this nigga Christian, bro.
I love you too, man.
Bro. I've always I could tell who this human was, like from like the moment I met him and from the moment I was on here, bro. Like I just want to show love, bro. Like really protect and uplift this man. Okay, go ahead,
dude. Man, thank you. That means a lot. That means a lot because sometimes I feel like this platform has become an asset to others that I forget who I am sometimes.
For sure.
I'm listening to so many other people's stories, and I'm like, but what's my story?
No,
I don't know. I'm deflecting. Anyway, thank you for sharing that, because your experience in San Diego, because it's crazy that you as one normal person had that effect on other people.
Right.
You were not only on cloud 9 for the rest of that day. Other people are on cloud 9, and you contributed to that.
Thank you for saying that.
And you're just, this is a person, you wrote that song. And you put it down on a piece of paper, you recorded it, and you made it into this thing that you could share with the rest of the world. Always is such a beautiful story to me, you know?
Thank you, man.
You know, like people, like engineers, they'll build bridges and whatnot, and cars will drive across them. But you made something that, it's not a tangible thing, you know.
I'm gonna say it now. Do you know Tessie?
Yeah,
Tessie. She told me something one time. She was like, as like who we are as artists, we're healers. You know what I mean? And I told her, I was like, and the reason why she told me this, because I was telling her, I was like, there's this song, and I was like, I wasn't sure, and it was on the album. I was like, I wasn't sure I was gonna put it out or keep working on it, because I was like, I feel like I'm already beyond that. You know what I mean? And she was like, yeah, maybe you are, but there's still someone out there who needs it, who isn't beyond that, and who's going to hear it and is going to identify, they're going to connect with it, and they're going to heal from it. And it was like, as a healer, it's your responsibility. It's your duty to heal. You know what I mean?
Was it Let Go?
It wasn't Let Go. It was... It was called Clockwork, but it was a segment. It was on the song called Can of Worms, where it was just like, yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. It was the last song on that, where it's just like, for me, it was about like just the difficulties in relationship and like the fact that it was just like we're always gonna be there for each other, and we know that, you know what I mean, and that's really what it was. But I had already felt past that point already. And it was like, I already got the healing that I needed from it. And she showed me that. but she was just like, not everyone has.
Yeah.
You know what I
They
mean?
need to hear that.
And they need to hear that. You know what I mean? And that's my job. That's our job as healers. You know what I mean? There's a concept I've known about since I was like pretty young called the wounded healer. It was like, I honestly think that's the best healer. The person who's the concept is about a therapist who's wounded and just like in those ways themselves. Like the first time I heard about it was a therapist who killed themselves. You know what I mean? But I think that's the most effective therapist. You know what I mean? They've been through it, so they can teach.
Yeah.
It, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's the same concept. It's like you can't really understand it until you've been through it.
Exactly.
I mean,
which is one of those things, again, you have to experience those low lows because it's probably the most human part of us is heart. That's why everyone writes about love and heartbreak, because you can
stop writing about love.
You can only write about it if you've experienced it. You can only write it well if you've experienced it. And when it becomes immortalized in a song, other people
immortalized. I love that word.
I mean, because it's true, man. It's these things. I've said it before with guests, but like what y'all do as songwriters.
Yeah, I brought a lot of songwriters to your podcast.
Yeah, dude, it's you, bro. It's you. But you are these songs, these works of art that you guys are creating. It's beyond you.
What do you feel like immortalizes you?
Me? These episodes are, in my mind, they're timestamps of like who I was or who that person was.
One day I'm gonna sit in that chair and I'm gonna just start asking you questions. What do you feel like? How important is legacy to you, and what do you feel like your legacy will be?
Legacy is important to me, to those that I love.
Yeah,
I don't care what a stranger thinks, but I would hope that my future offspring, or like if I don't have any, like that, my brother's future offspring, or like my cousins and family and the people that I truly care about, my friends, that they remember me for the right reasons.
Right.
But if legacy, if you're saying if that's tied in with fame or fortune or like being on magazine, I don't give a fuck about that.
What do you hope people will remember about you?
That I don't know, that I not necessarily made them feel good, but like that I made them a better person. Because if I can't, if I'm having trouble thinking that I'm a good person, or if I'm a better person than I was the day before, I hope at least me trying to be influences another person to be or try to be. It's beautiful. This shit's fucked up in my head. I know that. And I only have so much control over it. But if it could influence someone else to be the best versions of themselves, and hopefully the ripple effect happens and society becomes overall better. If I've changed 5 people's lives, 10 people, 50, doesn't matter the number, one person's life for the better, then that's legacy enough for me.
How long has that been your goal? Has that always been your goal?
I don't think I've ever articulated it. I don't know what
wow.
Yeah, I think my goals change often, but I think that's
beautiful.
Something that sticks.
I think that's even better that it's subconsciously, and then, you know what I mean? You feel it now. It just shows that it's real and it's pure. I'm sorry, I'm going to totally sidetrack this conversation. Do you have an earring at the top of your...
Yeah.
That's really cool. Show the audience.
Thank you. I got drunk with Melissa one day, and so she has one over here.
Like,
and I got this belly button piercing, and both my nips are pierced.
Oh, that's awesome! For real?
No.
Oh man,
you're hoping that I showed on the podcast?
Yeah, kind of.
And they're all chained together.
I got this Lucky Charm piercing. My cat's name is.
Oh
Lucky.
Shit! And you have a necklace that is also Lucky Charm.
My cat's name is Lucky. I love her so much.
Love that.
She's really mean.
She's the one that I see at the homie's house.
Is she skinny?
Yeah.
She's usually locked up in a room.
Okay.
Yeah, but she beats people up.
Damn, she's skinny.
But I love her. She's so nice to me. She's kind of like me. She's very skinny. Mm-hmm. I think that cat like embodies like all my internal features for real.
Oh, just it was meant to be. It's like that whole thing of how they say dog owners look like their dogs.
Yeah, no, she acts like me for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have you seen Sailor Moon before?
Kinda.
There's like this guy named Tuxedo Mask that has a cat there, and I think they're
with
like
the moon on it.
Yeah, I think they're the same person or some shit. I don't know. I could be making that up. It's been years since
I have to pee again.
Okay, I'll be here. Can I tell you like one of my proudest moments?
Hell yeah, please.
Since you shared the one about like the San Diego, like one of your favorite moments of performance, you would think that my proudest moment would be in front of like a big crowd, or a lot of people like that, you know, or like a lot of strangers and people chanting my name. But I remember like my most favorite time of singing was just like I had recorded this cover by Ray Charles. It's called You Don't Know Me. And I remember when I recorded it, it was at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I showed my mom.
For the yuzu right now.
Go get the yuzu. You're all
at
good.
The bottom for sure. You showed your mom this recording of this cover by Ray Charles.
That's Asian pear.
Damn, bro.
There has to be a yuzu. Let's get you that yuzu.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I didn't mean to sidetrack the conversation, but it's really at the bottom there. I think you got it. This is about to be the yuzu.
That's the yuzu.
I fucking knew
You haven't tried that one yet?
Nah, man. This cover by Ray Charles.
Put it all back.
Yeah, okay, I guess we should,
I think we're all good there, right? It's like Jenga. It's like we're playing Jenga.
All right, let me crack it open first. Here, ASMR real quick.
Oh, that was satisfying.
That was nice.
That was good.
That was a good one. Hold up.
If you haven't listened to this podcast yet, listen to it for that.
Oh, that was fascinating.
Right? Yuzu is slept on because people don't know what it means.
I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know what it is.
I think it's just Asian fruit.
You know what this is like?
What?
This is like drinking incense.
Like a candle if it was embodied into a can?
Nah, incense.
It was like the long sticks.
When you get like, and it's like, and it's like, oh.
Those are the sounds you make when you smell incense?
Yeah. Because at first it's like you don't really understand the scent yet until it like settles for a bit.
That's would you say that that's depictive of you? Is that people don't understand you until you settle a little bit?
I don't think so. I don't think people people like if I was an incense, you wouldn't really understand it until you get really close, or if you really know incense. I think my type of incense, you probably know. I think you know incense. I think we connected pretty quickly.
Yeah,
because you know the type of person I am, or at least I feel that way about you. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, sorry. Tell me about this Ray Charles cover.
Oh, I forgot that we were talking about that. No, I want to keep going on that thing. Now talking about myself feels weird. I'll come back to it eventually.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
Instance.
What you feel like that you were able to understand who I was upon first meeting me, or like
for sure.
early on?
I think I was partially able to understand you before meeting you. Just seeing your media online, I was just like, oh, and I knew that you were good. I knew that you were talented at what you did. And then it informed me that I was like, okay, if I went and I just talked to this person like on this podcast and stuff like that, I was like, I knew it would be a good time. I knew we would be able to connect on a level that you wouldn't be able to in most settings. You know what I mean? I knew it would be an entertaining time. Yeah, I think you're a similar type of instance. I feel like I already know you. I'm not gonna lie. I felt like I already knew you before I knew you.
Yeah, vice versa. I think there's something very welcoming about you. I feel like there's something that is alluring about your chaos, but and the creativity that comes with it, and the complexities that come with it. I don't know if I knew you, but I could understand that there was much more. Like I feel like some of the most beautiful people are also the most like broken people, and I was you could correct me if I'm wrong, but like with being able to create, you have to have experience, like we've said. And it seems like that you've gone through some shit, if it seems that you've gone through the ups and downs of life, romance, so on and so forth, family, blah, blah, blah. But that makes people more relatable, right? And
I think definitely, and this usually like a tidbit I say before I do the song Burden. I'm like, painful experiences teach you so much about how to like go about the world and how to treat the world. You know what I mean? You don't want to ever like push this on to anybody else for them to experience it. It teaches you it teaches you a lesson to give grace into the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To give grace to yourself for a situation, but to give grace to other people who just don't know better yet. You know what I mean? You never want to further that cycle.
I think to be a better human, you not only have to hurt, but you also have to hurt others. Does that make sense? To be on both ends.
I agree.
So you know how it feels to receive it, and you know how it feels to inflict it.
Yeah.
Is how you will know how to avoid it in the future.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you're just, if you avoid experiences altogether, you know, and I said
that's the low lows too.
I talked about this with, the low lows just keep coming back. And I've talked about this with Tieta, is that like when it comes to love is risk. What is love without risk?
That's all it is.
It's only beautiful because we're putting our chips into the fucking pot, right? Otherwise, we'd be treating ourselves and everyone else shitty. If it's the whole kind of concept of like, rich kids have nothing to lose. They could be shitty because they know that they could always get money, their dad's credit card. Poor stereotype, but like I see why it's there's truth.
I also think that I've learned a lot of perspective, and I wonder a rich kid who's just been pampered their whole life. Like, say they have a very different life than someone who's just like had like a really rough life. They were really broke. They were really poor. They've lost someone in their life, right? This rich kid dies in a video game, right? They start throwing a tantrum or some shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wonder if that pain is congruent because it's like it's based on what you've experienced, right? You know what I mean? I wonder if they experience that loss to the same degree. The feeling is still the same. You know what I mean? And that's what teaches me like to give grace to people in whatever situations. You know what I mean? I don't hate a racist person because I think that person has grown up with misconceptions, and they didn't know any better. You know what I mean? They just haven't learned yet. You know what I mean? I don't hate a person for not knowing. I can feel a certain type of way for a person for like who knows better and they still go about their actions. But I think most of the case, people have a good heart, and they most of the time people just don't know better. I'll say.
I think it's the difference between malice and ignorance. You know?
Right. I don't hate an ignorant person.
No, an ignorant person, like if you grew up in the South and all you know is this stuff that your racist parents taught you, then there is room, hopefully, for growth, right?
Right. I think so.
But if you understand what the world is like and you still choose to run up to an old Asian person and punch them in the face, then there is a special place in the afterlife for you, I would say. You know?
Yeah, I think that's a small minority of the people. I think even if a person does that action, isn't directly indicative of that they know better and they're trying to be evil about it, they still might not know better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think the best thing we can do as people who know better is give grace in every situation. Maybe we'll be wrong sometimes, you know what I mean? And this person does know better, but at least we know that we went about it the right way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's all we have control over, right?
On God.
I can't tell someone else to do something right, you know, but I can influence through my own actions.
Right.
And that's all I know, dude. Wow.
It's got deep. Ray Charles cover.
Oh, shit. One of my proudest moments is that I recorded a Ray Charles cover back in 2021. And it was like 2 or 3 in the morning back in my mom's crib when I was living there. And I remember I'd finished it. I'd had the audio ready. And my mom walks in. She's like, "Oh, what are you doing still up?" I said, "I'm singing this song." And then she just sits down, and I look at her. I say, "Can I play it for you?" And I've performed in front of lots of people, and I've felt that dopamine. I felt that serotonin, but nothing will ever replace when I hit play on my laptop for one of my favorite songs in the world, for one of my favorite humans in the world. I didn't think anything of it. My mom's heard me sing thousands of times.
Yeah.
But like seeing her in this like delirious mode because it's like 3 a.m. and her closing her eyes. I remember it hit this bridge. I remember like not even listening to my song, not listening to the cover, but like looking at her listening to it. And her eyes were closed. She's not she's not filtering anything, and to see her like feel my music or my voice and like be proud of me in that moment, I started like crying. I started crying in front of her, and it's just like, that's what it comes back to, is that like, that's what I want to do. And when you ask me like, what's my favorite thing to do out of everything that I do, that I've done the same with my brother. I've sang in front of crowds before, and I see my brother in the back and he's crying, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why am I feeling this? And like, I know that I want to replicate that feeling, because if doing what I love the most affects the people that I love the most to that extent, why am I not doing it?
Right.
I don't give a fuck about strangers. It's great that people that I don't know could love it.
Yeah.
But it's more important to me that the people important to me love it.
Wow. That's incredible. I've a similar feeling or damn, I'm losing the word. Precedent? It's a similar concept, but it's not the like to maybe even because I just don't have the closest like bond with like family and stuff like that. Like precedent? Was that the word I was looking for? What does precedent mean? We don't know.
I say it sometimes, but I just say it confidently.
You know what I mean?
Just say it confidently and get away with it.
It's a similar precedent. But I love to connect with the strangers who I don't know yet. And I'm like, when I connect with that message, I'm just like, I know you understand. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you don't know me. You don't have any reason to connect to it just because of me. You know what I mean? You're connecting to the message because it just like, because it affected you that much. Because I'm talking about a real human experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
that's the not even playing ground, but that's like the tether that we have with other humans.
Hell yeah.
Is experience. And sometimes, this is why music is beautiful. Sometimes like, that kind of relaying your experience to another person through just a regular sentence or story is not enough. But if you layer it with chords, through vocals, through instruments, and through something that you could play over and over again, that's when you could be the best healer.
Beautiful full circle moment.
Yeah, dude. Good shit. I'm gonna take a piss and then let's do an improv scene.
Hell yeah.
You just say hell no.
I think we're gonna freestyle too.
You want to freestyle?
I feel I don't freestyle. Like I never like freestyle. Like I'm also horrible at it, but I'm drunk enough that we could do something.
I'm down. Okay, 1 second. I'll be back.
Turn it up.
Yeah?
Hey, me and my nigga Christian, we just get to dipping, we just get to flipping. This nigga come through and he get to fucking popping. Hey, he get to dropping all these niggas. This nigga real crash out, this nigga really pack out. This nigga really cracking out, all these niggas always in the line. This nigga killing all these niggas. This nigga a real criminal. This nigga a criminal. This nigga a really...
Yeah.
This nigga guilty for crimes.
Yeah. I'm a criminal.
Tell him about the crimes you do, Christian. Tell him about the crimes you do.
Went into the store and I stole a piece of candy. Flipped the owner off and I said, you are dandy. Fucking went home, fucked the bitch named Sandy. Looking like a squirrel. Wait, that's your mom's name.
Hold on, that's my mom's name.
I'm
Don't
sorry.
do that.
I'm sorry. Mandy is what I meant to say. We standing.
All rise. This is the first time niggas stood on this podcast. The mics don't go this far.
They kind of can, maybe.
The mics don't go this far. We going bar for bar. I'm with Christian, and that's a nigga Baltazar. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm chilling inside of my car. Yeah, driving. I'm driving. I got horns on my head like a Viking. I'm like Spike Lee. I'm making movies. I wanna feel up on your motherfucking coochie. On them boobies. You feeling groovy. I want you to bend down. I want a booty. I want you to use that mouth on me. I want you to tell me your
We talking coochie, talking boobies. I'm trying to figure out what you trying to do to me. Hey, I'm talking about I ain't taking it loosely. Hey, tightly, nicely. We gonna make a movie like it's Spike Lee.
Yeah.
Hey, Shawty trying to ice me, but she warming up to me. It's high key.
High key like the letter A. I wanna see what you say. It's Monday, it's Tuesday. You know what the fuck? You gay, and that's okay, cause we inclusive.
But we all for the LGBT.
Trying to find like a blapper?
Maybe. What was that gesture?
Fucking rolling dice, but it looks like I'm jacking. Woo. This shit fat. Yeah. You want to start it off? It seems like you got some. Yeah, I'm walking down the club looking for me a female. What the fuck, damn, that is a female. God damn, you got mail. I'm walking real slow, looking like a snail. I'm like, damn,
me
girl.
a female. I got shy, started checking my fucking emails. I look on my phone, I was looking at the calendar. I was looking at the weather app. I'm a howler. I was gonna holler at her, but I couldn't. I was thinking about I should, but I shouldn't. I was about to holler at her, but I didn't. And who am I kidding? I was like, hey, ma'am. Then I was like,
oh, it's done.
What the
Why
fuck?
is it so short?
That shit was 30 seconds.
It's like the same beat, but a different.
Yeah. That's cute. Yeah. Said I want you hanging on to me. Make me a love song. Make me a melody. Say I want you hanging on to me. Write me a love song. Say love me a melody. Yeah. I like the direction.
This is good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is it like? It sounds like EQ'd. Like, oh. Yeah.
Woo! I'm digging these chords.
About a year ago, I hopped up on this show. I was with Christian, and it's been a year. Yeah. I like this.
This is nice.
Yeah. About a year ago, I met Christian. About a year from now, I'm at the distance. Yeah. It's about it low-key feel like.
So interesting, like seeing you like how you write in your head, or how, like even if it's just freestyle, like how you're feeling out a beat.
Really?
So interesting to see it.
So
the process.
I'm literally not like a freestyler until I find literally like the
right
beat,
thing.
and I literally like write the song like.
You have to sit down and then write it afterwards, right?
It depends, because if it's the beat, I really like this. Actually, can you send this?
Yeah. I'm gonna send this to you right now.
If it's the beat, I literally write it all. Like literally like in a minute, the whole song's done. But
Wow, really? You could do it that fast?
Damn near. Like sometimes I have to fill in some gaps, but it's like literally like it depends. It depends. Like I'm like Splash. He does this thing where he has like he does albums with people like with artists. Like he's like and he releases it under his own like promotion or whatever. But and he asked me, and I was like, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not fast. Like it depends on and I told him that because like it's easier to explain than I just like I search for beats for so long before I find one, then it's just like boom.
And you're stuck on that.
And I was
one.
I assume what he was talking about is just like creating their own production. And it's like it takes me a while before I find a production that just like forces it to spill out of me because I don't write songs. It literally spills out of me.
Well, I think that's the
But
reason why it's art, right?
I think that's also why it fosters my imposter syndrome, though, because it was like I don't feel like I'm capable of making a song at any time. When I look at Lorenzo, he listens to a beat, boom, it's done.
He could write it and he could spit it that same day.
Same 30 minutes.
What?
Yes.
So like those clips that I see of him like holding his phone and him spitting into the studio.
He just wrote that 5 minutes before he.
That's many, dude.
Because he listened to the beat for 5 minutes. I'm not like that. I like literally like it's just like it has to speak to me, and I think a lot of it is because of like melody.
Melody's a big deal, dude. So like I think that could be there's that layer that is the difference between rapping and singing. Even though there's like a lot of melody in rap. But with singing, when like it's more heavily dependent on like your note choices and everything else,
right.
that's I think.
But for some reason, Melody writes the song. Did you send it to me?
Yeah, I did.
I'm actually gonna make a song for that one.
Fuck yeah!
You gonna write to it?
Man, I don't want to taint it. You do it.
Taint?
Yeah, I know.
I'm about to come back to you. It's 4.
What time do you gotta do it?
Not tripping. I mean, it appears like that shit's not happening, so we'll probably go later, like probably like 7 or some shit.
Okay,
like that.
yeah. I mean, whenever we'll wrap this up, and then you can show me your project.
You
too.
gonna listen to it?
Fuck yeah, we'll go downstairs after we record.
Hell yeah!
And then we'll listen to it. But yeah, is there anything else you want to like freestyle to before we improvise?
Hell no, we got all misses.
Should I cut that all out? What do you want me to do?
I don't know if you find something that like
that's
is
worth
cool
keeping
in there, but. Nothing really moved me.
Okay, yeah. If nothing moved you, and nothing really moved me, it's not like I was spitting anything gold either. Sometimes I'll just have good days.
So I agree.
Like I know I'm.
A lot of my like favorite songs from me have been freestyle, like not freestyle, but just like literally like all at one burst. Sometimes I go back and fill in some words, but like, yeah.
Wow, but that's impressive. That's really impressive. Like, 'cause
really,
I know I could probably freestyle a song.
Do you write? Do you write songs?
Yeah, I never finish it. I have an imposter syndrome, as everyone does, but mine is fostered by growing up with a lot of musicians, a lot of jazz musicians. So since they're incredible,
wow,
I'm always holding myself up to that standard. Where like, oh man, like my homie.
Does it stop you from continuing?
Yeah.
Oh. Fuck.
And like I'm like I don't want to write to this chord progression because if my homie Carlos, who's this jazz pianist, if he were to hear this chord progression, yeah, he's a big jazz pianist, dude. If I were to write to something like that, like I think I'm always trying to impress them in my head, and that is so tough. So it's my homie. If you've seen me do covers with a guy playing the piano, I had that Stevie Wonder cover out. It's him. He's like one of my most talented musician homies. And in the back of my mind, I'm always trying to impress him if I'm writing. And I'm like, this is trash. This is trash. This is trash.
Damn.
And it's bad. It's not healthy.
How much of it is yourself? How much of it is just, I'm just trying to impress myself? Because I think that's what I struggle with. I'm like, do I think this is better than the last thing? And that's what'll stop me a lot of time when I start writing and stuff like that. But a lot of times it's like, and it sometimes makes me like feel weird to admit it, but it's just like sometimes I feel like I don't have a lot to talk about at the moment. You know what I mean? A lot of my songs come from like a emotional overhaul, and I'm like, I have to spill out somehow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And so now you're trying to find the emotional overhaul.
No, I think I always go with what I have. I always go from where I have. But when I have my emotional overhaul, usually it's like, boom. Like I listen to a beat, 3 seconds later, the song is done. I'm like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Because I just didn't have anywhere else to put it.
Yeah.
I think I'm not the greatest at outputting the things that I sit in or the things that I intake.
Interesting.
So that's why I probably started with music, because it was just like the best way for me to do it. I don't always feel like I have the best outlet for expressing those things.
I mean, it's a beautiful outlet. It's a healthy outlet and an outlet that other people could intake. Yeah, I feel like before I got in a relationship, I feel like I was more confident in my writing because I was going through more shit.
Yeah.
Now that I'm in like more of a stable relationship, not as much shit's happening, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But when I was chasing love, when I was chasing my crushes, and also that tethered with I didn't know as much about music or music theory, and I haven't absorbed as much music. And with that, since I have a smaller bank of music locked in, then I have less to compare myself to. But what's wrong is that I'm comparing myself. As always.
Shoot up.
Find a vein. Let's do a fucking improv scene.
Yeah, I'm down.
Wow. It's what a full circle moment. A year ago, we had done a podcast. You'd done a killer improv scene, and here we are again, about to do another one.
Beautiful.
Once again, the improv scenes that we do on this podcast could be inspired by anything and everything that we talked about today in today's episode, or it could be inspired by nothing at all. Do you want to start it, dude, or do you want me to start it?
You start it.
Okay.
I totally forgot everything we talked about.
Me too. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, all the baddies out there, it can't be that bad. Excuse me, sir. You didn't eat all of your sushi. So I'm gonna have to charge you $5 for that. I'm sorry, it's not me. It's company policy.
Could I like put it in my pockets? Just like
It's pretty ridiculous that you're telling me that you're gonna put it in your pockets. That's definitely against policy.
I already put some of it in my pockets.
I can't do anything about that. That's fine. Take that home. We don't want your pocket sushi, but you are gonna have to pay the extra fee.
Listen, man.
Yeah.
I grew up fat. Got a lot going on at home, man. I can't eat this extra sushi, man. I'm not trying to go back to it, man. I don't want to.
You think you'll get? I mean, I'm not telling you to eat the extra sushi. I'm telling you just pay the extra fee. That's what's gonna happen.
You're telling me to eat all this extra sushi, and I just can't.
I literally just said that you don't have to go back to being fat.
I can't do it, man.
I'm sorry, sir.
I've got money, man. I can pay you.
That's exactly what I'm asking for. Like,
I can pay you, man. Don't make me eat this extra sushi, bro.
I'm not. You're making a scene here. Like, this is a family friendly.
You can't make me do this, bro.
Okay, you don't have to raise your voice. Okay, let me just sit down in this booth with you. All right, I see that you're eating here alone. That's already a red flag. It seems like you're going through something. No one goes to an all-you-can-eat sushi restaurant by themselves.
Yeah.
It seems like something's going on bigger than this. And I hate to use the word bigger with knowing your past. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. You're getting sushi all over your hair. Oh, I thought you said you can't eat anymore. If you're going to eat the sushi on the table, not out of your pockets. You're licking your fingers? That's like, there wasn't even...
You did this to me, man.
I'm just a server here.
Fucked up, man.
Hey, keep your voice down. You can't say that. Don't stop saying the F word. There are children here.
I messed up, man.
Okay, I'm glad that that's the thing that you listen to out of everything. Okay, don't go back to that.
I'm sorry.
All right. I can't really help you out here, but I could refer you to my personal trainer if you want to lose some weight.
Yeah, what's his name?
Yeah, his name's Jeffrey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sounds like really, really good. He's probably gonna help me with like eating less.
Well, he's gonna help you work out, and I guess he'll give you dietary tips.
Yeah,
but that's all that I could refer you to. Cut to City Sports across the street, where Kujo's meeting Jeffrey. All right.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, you're doing it all wrong.
Oh, okay.
All right, man. Come on. If you want to be able to look good, look chiseled the way that I do, if you want to look good in the best lighting possible, you're going to have to work out better. And I see that all those Hershey kisses inside of your pocket.
No.
Why do you have chocolate in your pocket at the gym?
I just like feel like kisses make you feel better. My mom always tells me kisses make you feel better, so I brought kisses with me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, she means that kisses from other people. And if you want kisses from other people in this extremely vain universe, you're gonna have to look good, because when you look good, you feel good. When you feel good, you get kisses.
Making me feel bad, man. I feel like I could get kisses without them, but yeah, whatever, man. What do we got to do?
That's my technique here. I make you feel bad so that you strive to feel good. All right, next up, we're going to go over here to the green. You're going to do 10 kettlebell squats.
Oh, was that it? Was that?
What, do you want me to just tell you every single thing you're going to do all at once? I don't think you'll retain that. Well, how's your memory?
Pretty bad, honestly. I've been drinking a lot of this mom water, and I don't even know what's going on right now.
Why are you bringing this alcoholic beverage into the facility? I'm gonna have to. There's an extra fee for that. You're gonna have to pay the upcharge.
Fuck.
And is that sushi in your pocket? Why does it smell like a seafood city?
Why you gotta bring up the past, man? Like, I just don't really see how this is relevant. I'll do these fucking kettlebells, man.
Well, it seems like you have a whole lot to unpack other than just your body image. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna refer you to my therapist. Her name is Sasha, and she's done wonders for me, and I think she'll do wonders for you. Are you fine with that?
Yeah, all right. Sounds good, Mr. Dahmer.
Cut to the therapy session with Sasha and Kujo. And then where did it start?
It's like he just kept on talking about kettlebells, man. I just wanted to like talk about like the working out, man. I just would get past this shit, you know what I mean?
And this is from Jeffrey earlier today.
Yeah, man, Jeffrey Dahmer, man. Like,
Jeffrey Dahmer, that's the killer, the serial killer?
What?
Jeffrey Dahmer's a serial killer. You didn't watch the news? It's this whole big thing where they thought he was dead. They thought he died in prison, but actually he escaped and is under a different alias. It seems like he's still going by Jeffrey Dahmer. They said he's in Vallejo.
Oh, fuck, man. This guy was touching me kettlebells, man. He referred me to you or something.
That's crazy. Yeah, I could see. Oh, my God. That's right. He is one of my patients. I shouldn't even be talking about this. Jeffrey H. Dahmer. Jeff Dahmer. He just goes by Jeff H. Dahmer.
What's the H stand for?
Henry.
Oh. That's nice.
So, I mean, that explains the bite marks on your arm.
Yeah, he bit me. I thought it was just like a part of the regimen, you know, trying to influence me to like do a little bit better.
Do you really not know like gym culture that much? That if your personal trainer's biting you, he's probably not training you, he's eating you.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I don't be in the gym like that. I thought it was normal. I just didn't want to be weird.
Cut to home life with Kujo. He's making a sandwich. You putting sushi in that fucking sandwich?
Shut up, Mom!
You putting sushi in that sandwich?
Shut up, man!
Why would you do that?
Why do you have to make me feel weird about it, man? I just got bit in the arm earlier today, man. I don't have to fucking...
End scene. Gosh, what's wrong?
That was a really sad improv. It was really depressing.
It was really funny, though. Did you call me mom at first and then change me to man?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, dude. If you want to go and do some comedy with me,
bro, can we do comedy?
Yeah,
man.
I do it every other Wednesday. If you're down for a Wednesday night.
What's every other?
I just did it yesterday.
This week?
Yep. So the next time, legit. You want to do 5 minutes?
I'll do 5 minutes.
I'll talk to my homie Guile.
So the next one is.
It's gonna be at a dive bar in Vacaville.
27th.
The crowd might be tough.
How many people would be? It'd be like 5 people?
5 to 10 people, sometimes 15. It's not that much, dude. Sometimes, yeah, it's just people at the bar.
I might be better down for the 11th, but I might be down for the 20th. Hey, man, I just got booked for a show at the Brick and Mortar.
You did?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, it put in an offer. I still have to talk to the guy.
Holy shit.
Like $500.
Holy shit.
You know what I mean?
$500 for your art. How does that feel?
Pretty great.
That's insane.
Like, even if I don't go through with it or it doesn't see it through, just that offer made me feel really good.
Yeah. I mean, that's your value and then some, you know?
You know what I mean?
Wow. Dude, once again, so proud of you. So proud of how much you've done and conquered in the last year with every single outlet with your music and with throwing events and hosting events. You're from coming from someone that has like curated a show before and has hosted a show before. You've fucking killed it. Yeah.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah. This has been great, dude. Thank you for all that you've done. Thank you for
1 year.
Yeah. The anniversary episode.
Hey, man. Be well.
Love that. Love that. Yeah, go ahead and tell the baddies where they can find you, what they have to look forward to.
Y'all can find me at HeyKujo on everything, HeyKujo, and please subscribe to the channel. It can't be that bad podcast. This man be working his ass off. I'm really proud that we've come a full circle a year, and it's the anniversary of our first time being on here, and this man has done such great things since, and he's still working so fucking hard. This nigga's gonna be editing for the rest of the day. That's fucking crazy. He just did the show today.
Yeah.
Love you, man.
Love you too, man. Till next time. And once again, leave the baddies with a phrase of saying, an anecdote, just anything that they could go about their day with that reminds them that it can't be that bad.
Man, I was actually thinking about this for a while, and it was like came up with so many other things, but it was like I think it's just the fall back to formula, and it's just like get comfortable being uncomfortable, man. It most likely just means that you're growing.
Love that. Till next time. Love you, dude. Baddies, peace, bye. You guys know where to find me. You guys know where to find the podcast because you're already here. Bye.
It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.